In this video, we're going to continue looking at how to solve equations by isolating variables, but we're going to shift the focus a little bit. We're going to go slightly more complex with multi-step equations. There's more than one operation happening here. So I'm going to start by looking 3m subtract 4 equals 20. Okay? I'm usually going to take care of the number that is not multiplied by the variable, the number that's not really associated with it first, and then that might make it easier for me to figure out how to divide or multiply this number. So I have negative 4, or subtract 4. I want to get that to 0. If we remember in our integers, a negative 4, if I want to get that to 0, I have to add 4. So I'm actually going to add 4 here, and that's going to get me to 0. Once again, as we've said before, if I do it on one side of the equal sign, to maintain the equality, I have to make sure I do it on the other side, which means if I add 4 here, I'm going to also add 4 here, and that's going to give me 24. So how would I write my next step? Well, I've gotten rid of this negative 4 through that. So now I have 3m equals 24. Now, I want to get the 3 out of there. I want to isolate this m by itself, but since I can't use addition and subtraction, I'm going to have to divide this because I want to get it down to a 1. So it's 1 times m rather than 3 times m. So I'm going to divide 3 by itself, divide 3 by 3. Since I divided these two, I'm going to end up with 1m. And again, since I divided this side of the equation by 3, I must also divide this side of the equation by 3. 24 divided by 3 equals 8. That means that 1m equals 8, or simply m equals 8. How can I check? One more time. I can rewrite the equation, but this time with the 8 in there. So I can say 3, and not 3m, but 3 times 8, take away 4, equals 20. 3 times 8 is 24. 24 take away 4 equals 20, and we know that's correct. 24 take away 4 equals 20, which means that m equals 8 is absolutely correct. One final example, one with addition this time, very similar to the last one we did. Let's go a little faster. So once again, I want to isolate the n. I want to get rid of this integer, this positive 3. I'm going to subtract 3 because that will get me to 0. That means on this side I also must subtract 3, which will get me to 12. That means that I'm getting rid of this. That means that 2n equals 12. All right? And then to get this to a 1, okay, so it's 1 times n rather than 2 times n. I'm going to divide by 2, which means I also have to divide this side by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1, so it's just 1n. And 12 divided by 2 is 6. One more time I want to check, so over here I'll check. I'm going to say 2 multiplied by 6 plus 3 equals 15. Let's check and see if that's true. 2 times 6 is 12, plus 3 equals 15. 12 plus 3 does equal 15, so I know that I found the appropriate missing integer.